We've got 3 string puzzles that we sell at most of our mall locations. Double Trouble, Lord of the Rings, and the Bottle Dilemma. They go from easy to mid-range to difficult in complexity. I wanted to demonstrate them all briefly. This one being the simplest, you make a little loop, push the loop through one of the holes on the other board, then push the ball through and it simply falls apart. This is one you really need to know how to do because visitors to the kiosk will solve it and often leave it in 2 pieces. So to put it back together, make a loop, push it through one of the holes, then take the ball there and push it through that loop, and then pull it back through. This is what it should look like in an unsolved position. That's the easiest string puzzle we sell. The next one up, Lord of the Rings. There's a variation of this we sometimes carry if we run out of Lord of the Rings number 1. It's Lord of the Rings 2. It looks very similar, except it has an extra loop around the post. 3 steps to solve this. First, push a square through the center. Lift the ball up top, and as you do so, bring the ring over the top, but make sure you get it over the top of the ball as well. And finally, push the ring through the middle, and it will come off in your hands. To reset it, put the ball on the individual side through like that. Push the ring through. Sometimes the rope does get jammed a little bit, so just kind of work it through gently. As you bring the ring up, bring this ball up also to get the ball through the ring and the ring over the top of the disc, or the post rather. And finally, push the square back through. So when you're finished, the string is on top of the ring. And finally, the most difficult string puzzle we sell, and often the one that we sell the most of. In fact, we run out of it every year, no matter how many I order, it seems. Bottle Dilemma. It will hold all sorts of bottles of varying heights. You can adjust the string, I'll show you in a moment, to fit different bottles. This is how it looks in an unsolved position. We have sort of an upside down U. This is a good one for all employees to master because people will want to see it demonstrated. Push the square through first, the same way as you start the Lord of the Rings. After you have the square up, get a little bit of slack in your line to put this small ball behind the narrow rectangle. Push the rectangle through, followed by the small ball. Then while the rectangle is still in your hand, push it on the front. Then take the small ball, push it back through, and then the whole assembly just comes right off the front. This will slide off, allowing the bottle to be freed. Now you'll notice inside here, we do have the excess rope. When we initially set this one up, this end knot would have been in place, but there was no knot here. We manually put that knot in, and we had to try it several times to get the right length. So you could see, you could have a bottle several inches taller that would fit in this base as long as it wasn't any greater diameter. So you put the excess rope in there, and when you're setting one of these up, you want to make sure that it's nice and snug. You can see here that even without the locking mechanism on, this thing will not just slide off. If it's too loose, you need to get more rope knotted up underneath. Move your knot back so it's tighter, okay? All right, so to reset this, I look at the big ball here. You don't ever do anything with the big ball. I like it tight against the front of this rectangle. I like to have the square pushed through behind and sort of a C shape with the small ball. That's how I like to start to reset it. Push it on the front, pull the small ball through, bring the whole assembly back off the front, rotate it around to the right, get enough slack so that you can push the small ball through, followed by the rectangle. Finally, drop the square back through, and now you are back to start with sort of an upside down U shape. Okay, so those are our 3 string puzzles. Good to know how to do all of them. Great to demonstrate, especially for the bottle dilemma since we run out. Tell people that if you're interested, buy it today. It may not be here if you come back. And also, some customers are concerned about being able to load a bottle in there. We do encourage them, if necessary, after they purchase, to bring the bottle in, and we will complimentary load it for them if necessary. There are a few each year that will take advantage of that. There are, of course, directions for all these. You can tell the people step by step, picture directions, especially for the bottle dilemma, so they can learn how to do it.